In today's news, Ramon places second in regional Soca party Monarch Jumpy competition in St. Croix. Disbanding the Recovery and Development Agency would be a mistake, says Skelton. Police to crack down on loudspeakers in vehicles, and locals trained and certified to build and maintain Anegada Renewable Energy Project. Viewers, these and more stories when Twit 4 News return.
Hun, it's asking for your password.
Huh?
You were logged out. I need the password.
BR.
What's the rest?
BRANDI, the number 4 EVER?
Who's Brandy?
We're like the password that isn't your ex-girlfriend's name. CG Insurance. Good like that.
I should have changed it.
You should have.
You're right.
Freeze. Choose your mix, choose your flavor.
Welcome viewers to the Thursday, January 5th edition of Twit 4 News. I am Kamal Haynes, bringing you the latest out of the British Virgin Islands. While leading today's news, the reigning CCT Soca Monarch champion Ramon made the territory proud on Wednesday after placing second in the regional 2023 Soca Party Monarch Jumpy competition in St. Croix. Or more in this report. Performing his song Mass Intentions, Ramon pulled out all the stops and left everything on stage as he gained the second place prize of $3,000 in addition to a trophy. Well, here's a quick look at his performance.
Pick up the flag and ease off and going down the road, down the road, down the road. I can't wait for today. Can't wait to touch the road, wait to touch the road, so we can party and play. While you're chipping down the road, I can't wait for parade. Can't wait to touch the road, wait to touch the road, so we could mash up the place, mash up the place. While we're chipping down the road. All my fetters, I want to see you right now, okay? We gonna bust a move. 1, 2, 1, 2. I want to see you now chip and dip, 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 chip, 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 chip. Move all the way, we coming
in second place, doing a tune called Mass Intentions. Make some noise for Ramon G. Give him a round of applause for what he did. He went from the microphone to the drum sets and went mad, sick, head no good.
Speaking to Twit 4 News following his achievement, Ramon spoke on the experience as it was his second time competing at the regional level since making his debut as a soca artist back in 2019.
This is actually my second regional competition. I came here in 2019 as well with a bluesy song called Closer by me. We didn't place in that show, but this is the first time that we actually placed and we placed second overall. I'm grateful to God, for the opportunity, grateful to CCT, my sponsor, grateful to BVI Festival and Fest Committee as well, to C's Nightclub, that's my sponsors, and the decision was good. I mean, the judges had work to do. We had 6 amazing performances from 6 amazing artists, and to be in a running with guys of the likes of Compa and Blackest and DCB and actually place in a show like that, that speaks volumes, to me, and I'm very grateful to be able to pull off at least a second place, out of it. I wanted a big one, but, we just come back harder next year and go for it.
Ramon also spoke about his goals prior to the competition and the approach he took.
Our goal was to put my best foot forward, especially representing both the BVI and the USVI, on my back. That's me 100%. Split down the middle, 250s, So what I wanted to bring to the table was, a different level of Virgin called Soca. And everybody have this thing that they keep trying to post in this little box that this is what our Soca sound like, and it's not true. You know, our music goes a long way, and it transcends a lot of expectations that people might have on us. So I wanted to bring my A game and my ideas and my song to the table, and it was well received.
Speaking on the importance of sponsorship, the reigning Soca champion said it was the assistance from local businesses that made his participation in the competition possible.
The sponsors were amazing, especially CCT as well. They actually helped pay for my ticket to come over, and what was left, I helped with the dancers and stuff like that. So it did come in good, you know, with a lot of the preparations as far as the virtual preparation, because I had to come over a little late because I had to work, but it helped get stuff rolling, and the presentation that you got last night was exactly, you know, A1. I have to thank Nika Nix and Kaiso Entertainment and the girls. I have to thank them girls so much. You know, Trinity, she's amazing. Man, I just can't even begin to express how much the sponsorships help. We should, you know, encourage the community to actually sponsor and help people that want to do stuff like this a little bit more, so we could expand, you know, our marketing, our reach out into the world as artists, you know, together in this industry. Let's get it done.
Ramon also disclosed plans to compete in other regional competitions once given the opportunity.
Yes, of course. I think we have St. Thomas coming up next, and anywhere outside St. Martin, Anguilla, wherever. Once we hear Trinidad, you know, once we hear that they have Soca Monarch going on, we're trying to get it, you know what I mean? And going after the previous question, you know, we need sponsors and things to help, so we're willing to put in the work to get that done. You know, me and my team, we're ready to get it done. Ramon G will be releasing some music this year. You will have music coming from me consistently this year. After the pandemic hold us back, we're going to be doing it in full force.
Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes.
I get it on body with my favorite drink in me hand. Walking up behind on the van. Music sweet and it got me soaking wet. I smile on my face, cause I get in a piece of waste. Finding out to get pretty pace. And she whine and go down and she bubble and she bubble. But we having fun. We too good to be in the sun. With my favorite people around. Everybody coming as one. Live your life cause you get it once. Good vibes at the end of the day. If you feeling yourself, sing it loud with me. I can't wait for Jumpy.
Moving on, viewers, where disbanding the Recovery and Development Agency would be a mistake. Those were the words of Ronnie Skelton as he addressed legislators gathered for the opening of the Elmer Stout High School earlier this week. Well, Jacko Wedding has more.
If it ain't broke, don't fix it. That was the basis of the sentiments expressed by Chairman of the Board of Directors of the Recovery and Development Agency, Mr. Ronnie Skelton, as he offered some free advice to the government on the agency's term of operation.
The RDA, you'll be making a mistake. That's my advice. It's free. You don't have to pay for it. If you disband a machinery that works together and take it apart, and it cannot function. So it's important for the RDA, with supervision, regulations, and whatever you have to do, to make it work and make it function in the interest of this country.
While he lauded the RDA's ability to deliver on the projects it has been assigned, Skelton noted that after the dust has settled, it is in the hands of the government to maintain these facilities to ensure longevity.
The RDA is not a maintenance agency. We get projects, finish them, and hand them off. The government responsibility is to maintain these projects. If it don't maintain them, they will fall apart. So I beg you to put a maintenance team in place. We can assist you to make sure that this is done.
As per an extension granted by the Cabinet in October 2022, the RDA is expected to operate until December 31st, 2025. The agency has been instructed to, in that time, develop and execute a plan to prepare the Department of Public Works and other relevant agencies by way of sharing knowledge and skills to pick up the mantle after that point. For 284 News, I am Jacko Wedding.
Disturbers of peace, beware! The Royal Virgin Islands Police Force is preparing to double down on its approach to taking action against persons with loudspeakers in their vehicles. Commissioner Mark Collins provided details before the Standing Finance Committee.
The Royal Virgin Islands Police Force is preparing to commence a formal clampdown on offences related to disturbing the community by persons who have equipped their vehicles with loudspeakers. Commissioner of Police Mark Collins made that reveal as he responded to questions before the Standing Finance Committee. According to the report on the deliberations of the Standing Finance Committee, Collins was told by Minister for Health and Social Development and member for the 8th District, Honorable Marlon Penn, that the issue of loud car speakers needed to be addressed. In response, the COP revealed that he had already begun discussions with the Attorney General and the Director of Public Prosecutions on the matter. Through those discussions, it was realized that to prove a case against an alleged offender, the police must be able to provide evidence of the decibels recorded. To this end, the COP said that a kit to conduct the required measurements has been obtained, and that police will require training on how to use it. The issue of disturbances caused by altered mufflers on bikes and scooters was highlighted by Territorial at-Large Representative Honorable Carvin Malone. The COP informed that since he assumed the role of commissioner, there has been a significant improvement made with matters requiring the seizing of bikes. He further explained that bikes are usually seized for being unlicensed, uninsured, or faulty. He noted that persons are given the opportunity to present the necessary documentation to reclaim their bike from the relevant police station. He said that bikes which are deemed not roadworthy are crushed or stripped for parts while the others are auctioned. Jacko Whitting, 284 News.
Well, up next, viewers, locals trained and certified to build and maintain Anegada Renewable Energy Project. We cannot build infrastructure alone, says the Castro, and we are going to get this right. When are we going to get this right? Ask Fraser on the National Health Insurance. Well, these and more stories afterward from our sponsors.
That's out.
That's 6.
That's out.
With worldwide medical coverage and affordable premiums, we're like a home match that isn't played at your actual home. CG Insurance. Good like that.
My turn. Oh, come on, guys.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, you enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes, Sonny.
Good morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut front of people.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you?
Yes.
You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top Up Turn Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Welcome back, viewers. Well, the Anegada Hybrid Renewable Energy and Battery Energy Storage System project will have a complement of locals who have been trained and certified to build and maintain the historic project. For more in this report. Speaking at the groundbreaking ceremony last Thursday, Chief Executive Officer and co-founder of Power 52 Clean Energy Access, Mr. Rob Wallace, said the development is one that has never been seen in the renewable energy industry.
You don't see this anywhere else in the world where you have black and brown men and women leading something like this, which is the first project in the world for 100% sustainable island. Let me just say that again, in the entire world. So I want to make sure that every country, every news channel, every person that said people can't learn, I want you to see what these young brothers and sisters are going to do here in Anegada, because you don't see this. You turn on the news, you turn on social media, Instagram, you don't see this. They don't highlight this. And so I want to make sure that we take the opportunity to acknowledge what they have done in preparation and to acknowledge what they're going to do going forward. So let's give them a round of applause.
Wallace also spoke about the level of preparation that has been going on behind the scenes to get the project to its present stage.
Part two of that is preparation. You have to prepare for the opportunity. See how the Lord calmed the winds so y'all can hear what I'm saying? Y'all hear that, right? Y'all heard the wind stop, right? The second piece is preparation. It is preparing the people to take advantage of the opportunity here for them. It is the studying, it's the 13 weeks of hard work, it's the certification test they had to go through, it's the solar boot camp they had to do for 40 hours, it's all the fall protection, all the hours that the Anegada team came over to HLSCC every day for 13 weeks to study. It's the preparation, right? And the last piece is the dream, is building the actual dream.
Premier and Minister of Finance, Dr. the Honorable Natalia Wheatley, said that by having a trained and certified local talent within the territory, it will reap many benefits, not only for the Anegada Renewable Project, but also for future projects.
Thanks to the solar training program at the H. Lavity Stock Community College, we have persons in the Virgin Islands who are trained in the installation and maintenance of solar equipment. And therefore, I expect that this power system will be kept properly maintained after it is commissioned in November 2023, which also means that those persons who are proactive in getting the training when it was offered can look forward to regular employment through this power plant and the other renewable energy projects that will come in the future as the Virgin Islands Going Green initiatives gather further speed.
Presenting a testimony on how the project has impacted his life was Anegada resident Ramon Jr., who also encouraged others to get trained and qualified in the industry.
I understood early on what the knowledge, what the history, what it mean, and the person who had turned his back on his heritage embraced it fully. Since then, I went on to serve my people as far as becoming chairman of the Anegada Lands Committee, but more so I wanted to give to the community. And then this opportunity came along where 4 or 5 students from Anegada could get training in a new trade. For me, I am piping specialist. I've been doing it for like 10 years. So the opportunity to have another NCCR in an up-and-coming market was important to me. And like Rob said, that trial, going there, making sure we have transportation to go to school, we study, we have enough time as a class to come and study together. Everybody here like each other brother. This is a reunion for us. We ain't even say to one another, but this is a reunion. There's a lot of energy in this place. I remember him when he was struggling, he remember when I was struggling. And now we had things that take time.
The project is expected to be completed by November 2023. Reporting for 284 News, I am Kamal Haynes. Well, moving on, viewers, where opposition leader Honorable Julian Fraser has asked the government when will they get the National Health Insurance Scheme operating as it should. Well, Fraser raised the question during a recent session of the House of Assembly following what he described to be persistent problems that continue to exist from within the NHI. Well, he said a recent discussion with healthcare stakeholders at a Standing Finance Committee revealed that the NHI still owes a number of these establishments millions of dollars in payments. Fraser referenced the $10 million that was allocated for temporary income support to the NHI from the $40 million Social Security Board grant that was approved back in early 2021. Well, at the recent SFC meeting, Fraser said he was made aware that the healthcare stakeholders that were owed and due payment from that $10 million had not yet received any of those funds.
They said they got it from they said they got it from the same budget that we here struggling. The member for the 6th district, myself, and the rest of us here struggling to get some money from, but they could find $10 million to put for NHI. Okay. That being said, so I said, okay, the vendors will be paid. NHI came before us the other day. So you asked a question, and I heard him talking about money. So you asked a question, well, those vendors who are complaining in July, have they been paid? No, they haven't been paid. But we just gave you $10 million to pay them. Why haven't you paid them? We didn't get the $10 million. Is this a joke or what? But NHI needs to be fixed.
But despite calling out the NHI for their continued lapse in payments, Fraser highlighted the importance of the institution to the territory.
It was a very good idea because I know from experience that when Virgin Islanders, many Virgin Islanders who got ill and had to travel to Puerto Rico, the only source of revenue that they had, the only source of payment that they had was through the central government. I know because people were in Puerto Rico just about to be wheeled into the operating room and they were told, hold it, you have no insurance. And they would call me and I would call the government to make arrangements because at the time all they needed from the government was assurance that they will pay. And that assurance was sent. And the person would go in to get their operation or whatever the case may be. And that was a huge burden on the government because government will always take care of its people. The way we used to operate, government will always take care of its people. And they did, but it came at a heavy cost. So they came up with NHI, which was a good idea, but NHI is not functioning in the way it was intended to function, and something has to be done about it. I am not an expert, it's not my field, I didn't go to school for that, and I'm not going to venture into it, but all I know is that something is wrong and it needs to be fixed.
Well, up next, viewers, new surge of COVID infections in China and Turks and Caicos Islands plane crash caused by mechanical failure. Well, these stories when 284 News return.
Good job there, brother. All right. I'm surprised you're here.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
Charles, it's been 60 years.
I wish it was 60 more.
Let it go.
No. You know what you did.
It was just ice cream. But you know what? It was delicious.
What?
We're like a family get-together without all the family drama.
What you gonna do?
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What do you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What do you really? Hey, this ain't like you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hustle. I watching ball. I even watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Is business slow? Cash flow down? Hosting an upcoming event? We can help. Advertise with 284 Media and take your business or event to the next level by enhancing your present marketing and messaging strategies. Allow our team of experts to create a personalized ad that sets your business apart from all the rest. This could be your business or event. So, what are you waiting for? Contact our marketing team at 284media@cctbvi.com. Advertising with us works.
Welcome back, viewers, and thank you so much for sticking with us. While new developments in China threaten to change the pace of what many believe to be an end of the world's struggle with the COVID-19 pandemic, as infections surge, leading to mass hospitalizations throughout that country. Well, more in this report.
China's public health systems have taken a devastating blow as a new surge of COVID-19 infections gripped the country into the new year. Photos circulating on social media show persons on stretchers spread out in hallways as reports surface that major hospitals are running out of room to facilitate the influx of patients requiring oxygen. Data released from China shows that so far, no new COVID-19 variants have been linked to the outbreak. The spike in infections follows China's decision to relax severe COVID-19 restrictions in December, bringing an end to nearly 3 years of lockdowns, travel bans, and public space closures that have characterized the country's battle with the COVID-19 virus. Contributing factors for why the measures were abandoned reportedly included their impact on the economy and civil unrest evident from street protests observed in the country. The outbreak is said to have begun in China's most populated cities and spread out to reach small towns and rural areas, causing great concern among authorities as it continues to branch out. In the country, local governments have begun asking people not to travel, despite the upcoming Lunar New Year holiday to be observed. Meanwhile, overseas, several countries have reinstated virus testing requirements for travelers coming from China, with the measures being justified by belief that the Chinese government is not sharing accurate information on the magnitude of the outbreak. The World Health Organization has expressed concern that China is underreporting how many people have died amid this outbreak. Quote, WHO is concerned about the risk of life in China and has reiterated the importance of vaccination, including booster doses to protect against hospitalization, severe disease, and death. End quote. That was said by the WHO Director General in a recent press conference as he spoke on the need for more rapid and regular data from China on hospitalizations and deaths. Jacko Wooding, Tweet 4 News.
Well, moving on to our final story, viewers, where new information has confirmed that a plane crash, which left 4 people stranded at sea in the waters of Turks and Caicos Islands this week, was caused by a mechanical issue with the plane. Well, this was confirmed by the Turks and Caicos Governor Nigel Dakin in an Instagram post on the governor's TCI profile. Well, in the post, he said that it was revealed to him by the plane's pilot shortly after the rescue that the issue was caused by the failure of the fuel pump to reserve fuel. Well, the plane's passengers have been identified as 3 nationals of St. Kitts and Nevis and 1 national of Costa Rica. But they have all reportedly been discharged from a medical facility in Grand Turk after being medically examined. Well, viewers, that's it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for daily news updates at 284media.com. Like us on Facebook at 284media and 284BVI on Instagram and Twitter. I'm Kamal Haynes. Have a safe and enjoyable evening. Bye-bye.
There are many ways to enjoy life, like so many ways to count on Popular.
Father Jesus, that line here long like church service.
Alright, do enjoy the rest of the day. Next customer line, please. Wait, hold on a second.
Yes, Sonny boy, come, yes,
Good
Sonny.
morning.
Good morning, Sonny boy. Hold on there. You must have cut fun topic.
It's okay, I'll take care of it.
What? No man to take care of me.
How may I assist you? You want top of power?
You want top of power?
Join the prepaid party with CCT and enjoy more affordable data plans, more top-up promotions, more savings with hero bundles, and more value for your money each and every Tuesday with Top-Up Turn-Up Tuesday. Visit a CCT store today or anywhere CCT Top-Up is sold and top up your phone.
5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30. You want top of power?
Good job there, brother. All right. I'm surprised you're here.
I'm surprised you're still alive.
Charles, it's been 60 years.
I wish it was 60 more.
Let it go.
No, you know what you did.
It was just ice cream. But you know what? It was delicious.
What?
We're like a family get-together without all the family drama.
What you gonna do?
CG Insurance. Good like that.
Yo, everything good, Dad?
Aye. This thing got me one way, Daddy.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you, you know.
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out of trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I